This is a message to anyone that's willing to listen, which probably isn't that many people. Probably like my music, not too many people listen to it. But a friend of mine had sent me this message, and it's been just going through my head nonstop ever since she sent it to me. And it talks about happiness and what happiness is. And it made me realize that so many people in this world live their life thinking that they're not happy because of what they think happiness is, or what being happy is. Being happy is like being sad or being hungry. Happiness isn't a place where we end up living someday, or where we just go to. I need to find happiness and then just pack my bag and become a new citizen of happiness. It doesn't work that way. It comes throughout the day. Our days are not meant to be all happiness days, if you understand what I'm saying. You'll go through a day where you're hungry or you're sad or you're happy. But happiness is knowing that there's going to be something coming ahead. It's not a place where we go and sit in happiness. It doesn't work that way. One of my things that brought happiness to me was the idea of a better tomorrow. The idea that there was always a possibility of having a better tomorrow. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but my fucking plan and my goals bring happiness. Because why? I know that I have another opportunity to have a fucking new beginning, or a new, whatever the case is, a new car. The thought is what brings the happiness, not the action of getting the new car. I don't know if this is making sense or not, but I've lived my last few years of my life listening to somebody talk about how they're not happy, they need to find happiness. A new relationship doesn't bring you happiness at all. A person doesn't bring you happiness. The actions throughout the day with that person may bring you happiness. You understand what I'm saying? If you're in a relationship and you're sitting there thinking to yourself that you're not happy and you got to make a change, and you see happiness on social media or whatever the case is, I bet 9 out of 10 times, if you take these people that are so quick to jump up in a relationship and go run off and cheat and do whatever else they do, you sit them down and say, no, answer these questions truthfully to yourself. Was it worth it? Was it worth it to go be with somebody else for that short period of time? That 3 minutes, or that, whatever the case, or that feeling, that overwhelming feeling of feeling like you were somebody all of a sudden, or you felt like you got the attention that you weren't getting. Was it really worth it? Did you see happiness when you were done? Or when you were leaving that person, going back to your relationship, were you happy? Did you have happiness then? So many people think that happiness is something they've got to go and become something different, or go do something different with their life, when in the end, it's not about that. Happiness will come throughout the day. I might have a terrible day, but if I actually sit down and think about my worst days, my most terrible days, there's probably 1 or 2, 3, 4 moments in that day where I was happy, or I had happiness. You understand? So before we're so quick to jump and run off to a relationship, or give up a relationship on somebody that we supposedly love, shouldn't we redefine what we are really leaving for? And why in the hell is it when somebody goes so far out of their way to fucking prove that they care about somebody, or that there's love there and they don't want to waste that love, why is it that that individual is so criticized, to such as he's a stalker, or he's a creep, or God, man, he just needs to get over it, it's over, or whatever the case may be? There is nobody in this world that knows any relationship whatsoever besides the two people that share that pillow. So if you think for a second that you can ridicule one person out of a relationship because of how they are acting and how sad they are, or how they think that they can fix it, or they're making it worse, you're absolutely wrong. There's nobody that knows those two people besides those two people. Sometimes we mess up in life and we make mistakes that we can't fix, or we think we can't fix. I've been called a druggie. I've been called a fucking loser. I've been called a woman beater. I've been called a guy that held my chick captive and destroyed her vehicles, and absolute motherfucking wrong. Never in my life did I do that. On drugs. I'm on a rock stars, mother beepers. My fucking heart's broken because I realized too late that somebody gave me their all. That's a fact. I found out too late. Because I was too fucking naive, or too stubborn, or too whatever, too cool, too mean, too tough, whatever I had to be to analyze the situation that the last 3 weeks of being with somebody or month proved to me more in that month or those 3 weeks than any time in the whole time I was with somebody on and off for X amount of years, whatever the case is. But it took me 2 days after I dropped her off to realize I might not see her again. And not only that, that woman proved to me all the doubts that I had that she was going to leave me, or would she leave me, or would she stick it through hell and high water? Did she really love me? All those doubts because of the decisions that she made in the past that taunted me. I decided to give her another chance. So when I decided to give her another chance, all those decisions she's made in the past that were wrong should have never been brought out. They should have never been held against her. Ever. Same to me. But when we're young, we're dumb, and we just think, oh, look at this over here on Instagram. This woman's so beautiful. I don't give a fuck if my girlfriend's 3,000 pounds. If I love that woman, I love that woman. Everybody that's in a relationship now has got to take that step back and analyze their fucking relationship for the betterment of their relationship. And every day of their life, they've got to understand. Do something that makes you fall back in love. I'm not sending this message out as a cry to my friggin' ex. This isn't about my ex. This is about something that I learned just from a simple message from a friend. What was happiness? Why would you seek happiness as a destination? If I would have been more aware of this, I would have spread that little bit of information to my ex, because you can't run to happiness. Maybe things in your life are rough, but I'll tell you all this right now. My life has been the roughest life than anybody I know. I've had one hell of a fucking life, and for me to get off course a few times, so be it. I'm proud as fuck of the life I've been through and survived. I don't dislike myself. I don't hate myself. I don't think that I'm not a good person. I think I'm a damn good person. And I believe in people that make mistakes in their life and they take that path to a betterment are stronger and better people in the end. And when there's a relationship that's a recovered relationship from things that were bad, when two people can make it through the worst parts of their life, and they make it through that worst parts of their life and they recovered that relationship, I'm going to tell you right now, those are the strongest and the fucking best relationships I've seen. I've helped relationships save themselves. I've had 2 or 3 people watch these videos that I made for relationships, and their relationship became better. You know why? Because of simple things like, I know why I love my partner. I used to say things about my ex. Oh man, she's a crazy chick. But I always said, she's a crazy chick, but I love her. You understand what I'm saying? I accept my relationship that I had at the time, good or bad. I wasn't in love with nobody over good. I was in love with that person over their good and their bad. It didn't matter. It was unconditional love. I loved them because why? That was who they were. Bottom line. I would never love a perfect person. I'm not perfect. I'm a fuck up. I've screwed up so many times in my life. I've had amazing job opportunities, career opportunities. What have I done? I screwed them up. I don't beat myself up for it. I had first time in my life I was actually in love with a woman. I didn't even know it. I've been in several relationships. I screwed it up. Why? Because I forgot the simple things. Find those simple things that make you love somebody. And you cherish those things. And you bring them out every day. Every day. Every day. Or you'll wake up one day realizing that the simple things that I could have done to save this relationship are gone. Because when we go out there and look for another relationship, what do we get? The same things over and over and over. We end up making choices that we don't agree with. We go out and start having drinks, drinking a little bit more, go party. Yeah, we're having a good time. It doesn't take alcohol to have a good time. Maybe that money that you spent, you should have spent. You're doing these circle fucking things over and over, and you're trying to find happiness when it probably is right in front of you the whole time. It can give it to you throughout the day. I don't know if this message means anything but a bunch of mumbo jumbo. Hopefully some part of it will stick to somebody's head somewhere. Fuck social media, guys. Fuck what's over there and the other grass is greener bullshit. Pardon my language to this message. But check out what you have and love what you have. If it's you by yourself, love yourself. And when they say that you can't love anybody unless you love yourself, I am one to tell you, I have spent my life helping people before I help myself. I am one person that would give every last dime I have to somebody else to make sure that they were okay or they were happy. The things that I've done in my life are majority for other people. And I've had a fucked up road. My repayment for all my good deeds has never came full. It never came at all. And I don't give a shit. That's not why I do things. I do things because I fucking love seeing people happy or people without hardships. I do not want to hurt people. I do not hold people captive. I do not sabotage their vehicles. The things that I've heard about myself are just off the wall. I'm a good motherfucker. You guys that keep running your mouths, it's not true. It doesn't hurt my feelings. I'm a heartbroken individual. It doesn't mean I'm going to go out and destroy people's lives. I'm just heartbroken. Now, if you can learn from my mistakes, right on. And if not, I'm sorry. You should have listened to the whole message. And maybe I shouldn't even make this message. I don't know. But who cares? If you want to listen to it, sweet. Otherwise, don't. Okay, bye.